Hello and welcome to an absolute banger of a video. I'm super excited to share this video with you today because it's going to be excellent for beginners and for the veterans. Now, everybody knows the top two storyline Pokemon, those being Gyarados and Sandile. Well, guess what? They're not the only two storyline Pokemon that you can use. These are actually trash. Get them out of my sight. Because today we're going through the top 10 storyline Pokemon that you have never heard of. Let's begin, starting with number 10. At number 10, we have Lilligant. Lilligant, the good thing about Lilligant is it can learn Quiver Dance, and its base stats are not horrible. It can also learn Giga Drain for that sustain. Now, its type coverage is not great, so I would teach it Hidden Power Fighter, and then I would also give it leftovers for that extra sustain while it sets up Quiver Dance. I bought this one for 5K just for demonstration purposes, but you would definitely want it EV trained and also want 31 speed, 31 special attack with like a modest nature. And you can get Lilligant at level 1 by just using a Sunstone. Overall, Lilligant is a good setup sweeper, but its typing really hinders it. So overall, that's why it's in the 10th position. Now for number 9. In the number 9 spot, we have Arcanine. Arcanine is a great Pokemon. It has excellent stats, and I bought this one for, 120k? It's Adamant Nature, it's EV trained, and it's got 31 attack IV. The move set that I would choose for my Arcanine is basically just the base set. So this is what I bought it with. And you can get Arcanine at level 1 by just using a Firestone on a Growlithe. Overall, Arcanine is an excellent storyline Pokemon with good move coverage. The only thing that it's lacking is a good setup move. That's why Arcanine is in the number 9 spot. At the number 8 spot, we have Alakazam. Now, Alakazam is basically a glass cannon with excellent speed and excellent special attack. This one I bought for 200k. It's timid nature and it's EV trained and special attack, and it's got 31 special attack, 31 speed. The great thing about Alakazam, you can get it at level 17 by evolving Kadabra by a trade evolution. This is the move set that I would use. I would have Nasty Plot to set up. I would give it Hidden Power Fighting because it doesn't really have a lot of good move coverage otherwise. You could also give it Energy Ball, which would be a grass type move, and then it will learn Psychic later. I would also give it a Focus Sash because of how fragile he is. Otherwise, you could run leftovers just for that little bit of sustain. Overall, he's a powerful offensive Pokemon with a good setup move and pretty decent type coverage. The only bad thing is that he's very fragile, and that's why he gets the 8th spot. In the number 7 spot, we have Gallade. And I know what you're thinking. Gallade is such a super powerful Pokemon. In the number 7 spot? How? Well, there's a lot of powerful Pokemon on this list. I got this Gallade for about 200k. Jolly Nature. He's got 31 attack, 31 speed, and attack and speed EV trained at level 20. You can get Gallade at level 20, so that's why he's so good. He also has great stats and a great ability. His ability being Sharpness, which boosts power of slicing moves by 30%. He's got excellent move coverage. I mean, look at these moves, and they're all slicing moves. He'll just slice and dice every enemy in his path. I gave him leftovers just for that extra sustain in case he even takes a hit. The only negative I could see on Gallade is that he might be a little bit fragile. Overall, this is going to be an excellent storyline Pokemon, and just a little bit fragile, and that's why he gets the 7th spot. In the 6th spot, we have Togekiss. I got this one for about 300,000. It's timid nature, it's EV trained, and it's got its special attack and speed EVs are all in line. It's level 20, ready for a storyline. Now, the good thing about Togekiss, you can get it at level 3 just by leveling it up through friendship and using a shiny stone. This Togekiss has the ability Serene Grace, which doubles the likelihood of air slash flinching, which makes the air slash flinch a 60% chance. It also has pretty decent move coverage with extra sensory, and the only negatives I can think about Togekiss is that it might be a little bit slow, but it's still got a pretty good speed, and it should outspeed most Pokemon. It's got good bulk, and the item I would give it is Leftovers. Overall, Togekiss is a very, very powerful Pokemon with excellent base stats. It's got pretty decent move coverage. It even has setup potential, but it is a little bit slow and a little bit expensive and just doesn't quite have the move coverage that we're looking for. That's why Togekiss is in spot number 6. In the number 5 spot, we have Nidoking. Nidoking is super, super good. I got this one for 160k. It's timid nature, so it should outspeed basically everything. It's a special attack and speed EV trained, and it's got its 31 IVs. Now, the great thing about Nidoking, you can get it at level 17 by evolving Nidoran by trading. He also has excellent move coverage. I mean, look at this move coverage. Thunderbolt, Sludge Wave, or Sludge Bomb, Earth Power. Also, he has the ability Sheer Force. Now, what Sheer Force does is it allows him to hold the Life Orb without taking any damage from the Life Orb. So all these moves just got a 30% buff. The only two negatives I can think of Nidoking is he doesn't have great base stats, and he doesn't have any good setup moves. Overall, a super powerful Pokemon that can hold a Life Orb, and that's why he deserves the 5th spot. In the number 4 spot, we have PorygonZ. I got this one for 80k. It's hasty, so it's got extra speed. It's not quite EV trained. It's got pretty good IVs. Now, what makes PorygonZ so good is that it has a setup move with Nasty Plot, and it also has pretty good move coverage. It also has extremely high special attack and very good speed. Its download allows it to sometimes get a special attack boost. The item that I would give this guy is Leftovers, just for that extra sustain. The only negative I can think of for PorygonZ is that he's a little bit fragile, so he should avoid taking hits. Also, being normal type, he doesn't have many weaknesses. Overall, he's a super powerful glass cannon, and that's what's netting him spot number 4. Now we are on to the top 3 Pokemon that you've never heard of for storyline runs. In the number 3 spot, we have Scizor. I got this Scizor for 300k, it being adamant, EV trained, and attack and speed IVs with 23 in defenses. It's also level 20 and ready to go for a storyline run. You can get Scizor at level 1 by just giving it a metal coat. Now, what makes Scizor so good? Excellent attack. He's got pretty good move coverage. He also has Technician, which powers up the weaker moves like Bullet Punch, which you'll use a lot because it's stab boosted, Technician boosted, and he's got insane attack. Also, I would give him Sword Stance just for that setup potential, and then I would give him Leftovers for that extra sustain while you're sweeping these storyline runs. Overall, Scizor is an extremely powerful Pokemon, but his speed being a hindrance is what nets him the spot number 3. In spot number 2, we have Hodgecro. And I know what you're thinking. Doesn't Hodgecro kinda suck? Well, actually no, and I'll explain why. I got this Hodgecro for 160k, it being jolly, with its IVs being very, very good. It's also Alpha Hodgecro, which means it has a hidden ability. And Hodgecro with a hidden ability gives it Moxie, which is the entire reason why Hodgecro is so good. Now you can get your own Hodgecro by just evolving a Murkrow with a Dusk Stone, and you can get it at level 1, just like you see here. This is a moveset that I would recommend for Hodgecro. I would give it Night Slash because it's got 15 PP, Sucker Punch so that it always moves first, and Fly just because it's stab boosted and it's got 15 PP, Superpower for the excellent move coverage, and then I'd give him Leftovers for the extra sustain. Once you kill that first Pokemon and that you get that Moxie boost, it'll be a piece of cake. Overall, Hodgecro with Moxie is a super good Pokemon. The only negative is it's not quite super fast, and it doesn't have everything that the number 1 Pokemon has. That's why it's number 2. In the number 1 spot, we have, drumroll please, Gliscore. Gliscore is amazing. I got this Gliscore for 330k just because its nature is jolly and it's got great IVs. It's also an Alpha Gliscore, which gives it the ability Poison Heal, which is probably the best ability other than Moxie for storyline runs. You can get Gliscore at level 2 by just evolving a Gligar by holding a Razor Fang. And we really want to make sure that he's a hidden ability Gliscore. The great thing about Poison Heal is that Gliscore will recover health every single turn, and he will never be statused with like the annoying Thunder Waves and Sleep Powders and like poison moves. The move set that I chose for Gliscore is going to be Swords Dance for that setup, Earthquake and Facade for its move coverage, and Roost so that he'll never die. I also give him a Toxic Orb so that he gets poisoned right off the bat. With Gliscore just having such excellent stats, good type coverage, and excellent defensive typing, and his insane ability of Poison Heal, that's why Gliscore gets the number 1 spot. I really hope you all enjoyed the video. Please drop me a like if you found it useful, and hit that subscribe button for new videos every single day. Anyways, that's it for me. I'll see you in the next one.